The following podcast is a presentation of Project Entertainment Network.
Don't be scared now, but it looks like you just wandered straight into U-Mind country. That's U-Mind, short for unaffiliated mind games, and you ain't never gonna be the same again. Brace yourself. It's time for a red-hot truth injection. Oh yeah! That's right, we're rounding up the sheeple and shaking them awake. U-Mind, too damn bad. We're gonna set fire to the wool over your eyes. Feel the burn, baby. Hot. We're toppling the lies of the mainstream media, one by one. Woo-wee! Watch them bad boys fall. Hey, Universe A, this is Universe B calling, and we're gonna tear you a new one. You mind?
So, hey everybody, it's me, Napoleon Doom, and I am here with Quel Bordel, which is French for what a mess, isn't it?
Oh, you did your homework.
Yes. And I'm very excited. The first time that I ever met you guys, I don't know if you remember, was at Free Comic Book Day at SoCal Comics that you were performing.
Yep.
And yes, and you did the Cantina song, and I was just kind of blown away by your take on that. So yeah, it was. It was really. You guys have such a unique style. You do kind of like a world punk kind of style, and there's not a ton of bands out there doing it. So tell us a little bit about how you got started and how you found your sound.
Yako, why don't you tell a story?
Okay, well, I met the Filipino brothers, Alan and Aaron, on a fishing trip. They were on fishing trip with their uncle, and we decided to start a band together. And it's really a mix of everyone's influence. You know, I used to play on Caribbean Cruise Line for many years doing very bad music, you know. And eventually I meet them on vacation. We decide to jam on the beach one day, and in one day we make more money than we do in 2 weeks at the cruise line. So I say, you know what, that's it. We're moving to America, starting Gypsy Punk Band. And it's really a collective influence of all of us. You know, Alan and Aaron both listened to much different music than I did growing up, but together we have kind of found a way to harmonize our influence.
Very cool. So yeah, you guys have a really unique sound, and you guys, a lot of you are multi-instrumental, aren't you?
Well, that's the best part, and
Yes.
maybe each of them can tell you their story. Aaron, both Alan and Aaron, much better guitar player than me. I just happened to be playing guitar on that day.
Well, that's the funny thing. We came into this band not with our main instruments. You know, I had a adapt to bass. Aaron, you'd adapted to banjo, right?
Yep. Basically learned banjo for this band, so it was cool. Yeah.
So Aaron, how did that happen? You learning banjo?
Oh, that story. Okay, well, Yakovich here gives me a call and goes, "Hey, Aaron, I want to start this band." Well, cool, awesome. I'm definitely down. So yeah, but I'm gonna play guitar. Well, okay, fine. So I want you to play a banjo. I'm like, cool, man, but just let you know, I don't even own a banjo. I don't play banjo. So you can learn it. You can learn it. I'm all, okay. So here's the deal. Since it's your band, you get the banjo, and I promise you, I will do my best to learn it. So kept this part of the bargain. So a week later, he shows up at my doorstep with a banjo.
Oh wow!
Shitty banjo I buy on eBay, you know, just boom.
And so I went to it, watched some YouTube videos, and locked myself in my room for a month, and started plucking away. So that's that.
Wow.
Alan was living with him at the time, and he hated it. It was like tired coming home every day.
Every day I come home from work, and I feel like, you know, we have like this. It was an old place in Golden Hill, so wood floors, wood everything, and I swear I walk in and I feel like I'm walking into like a little scene in Pirates of the Caribbean with that band in the background.
That's great.
It was the same melody. It was Dropkick Murphys.
Oh yeah, I was learning all these songs. That's right.
So you just play it for the band. That's great, though.
Yeah.
Was it the Dropkick Murphys one that we don't play anymore? The with the detuned string that was like such a pain in the ass.
Oh, yeah. I was still learning, but I'm a little better at that now. So.
Nice. Has that always just been kind of how your mind was aligned, that you picked up instruments really quickly, or?
I think so. I think it's kind of natural, I guess. I would say both our dad, my Alan's dad, he plays guitar too, so he, I think we kind of runs in the blood, So
I think are bred for music.
Yeah.
Well, I think we've just been playing guitar long enough to apply, whatever techniques and musical theory into these new instruments, and we just it was a learning experience, no doubt, and it still is to this day.
Yeah, we're still learning.
But luckily we chose a style of music where we can kind of like move ourselves into it without having to like be stressed about learning so much technique and trying to overcompensate or undercompensate at that,
Mm-hmm.
But it kind of helped us as we were getting really tight with these instruments. That kind of allowed us to still explore our sound in a unique way, So it's cool. It's really interesting the way we jumped into this band.
Yeah, you start with like Mumford and Sons, and like 4 chords, and then you move to like Gogo Bordello, which is like minor key and more chords, and then
well, now because we're throwing in, like, I play charango, Aaron's got the banjolele, Jake's got the mandolin, and so we're also in some of our new music, some of our recent music and our upcoming music will have those variations of instruments, and I think that's really exciting for us as of right now. It's just having the ability of all these different string instruments.
Yeah, it's such a great sound too. It's difficult to compare it to anything. I guess like the first sort of world punk band that I was ever exposed to, I guess most people when it hit the mainstream, was Gogo Bordello. But you guys have a very different sound from them. It's really your own kind of vibe. And so are there cultural influences? Are there musical influences, bands that have sort of shaped the way that your songs kind of take shape?
Yeah, maybe we should name it like a band each, right? I'll go first. In regards to this style of music, there was a period of time where I was heavily influenced by Squirrel Nut Zippers.
Okay,
yeah. What about you, Aaron?
Maybe some of just like old jazz standards. Playing jazz in college and studying jazz in college, I kind of just
like the Django.
Yeah, the Django stuff. But but I just because of this band, I recently got into like gypsy jazz, which is awesome. So
yeah.
Well, you guys got me into gypsy jazz, so like that's. I mean, when we even started, I didn't play shit of that, but now we're making a gypsy jazz record, and that's going to be the next thing we do. So it's
This is going to be very cool. It's kind of like a San Severino kind of vibe to it, or?
It's like, it's basically like if you imagine Quel Bordel playing gypsy jazz, there's like 5 jazz standards, and then there's like 5 that we write together, and it's a little bit of the world punk vibe, but still gypsy jazz, like La Pompe and the whole deal. So it's all instrumental, no vocal, and it's 10 songs. We're going to put it out eventually.
Yeah. So during quarantine, has that been difficult for you, kind of like getting your practices together? Do you do it through Hangouts, or how do you kind of coordinate?
We haven't really practiced, to be honest, right?
Yeah, well, for the first few months of the lockdown, I felt like we all just kept it under wraps. We just kind of waited and see what the news would say. We played it lightly and appropriately to the best of our abilities. But once we knew that we weren't like hugging, kissing people like during quarantine, I think it was safe for us to just say, hey, social distance. Let's go in the studio one at a time. I would just like say for example, I would just like record my parts, and then we just send to each other, and then we all record different parts, and just go back and forth. And it's recording as of right now is one by one. It's not all together, which it used to be. the writing process usually would involve all of us at the same time. But it's a different style now, but it's kind of fun to try to go with this approach given the limitations that we have. But I still think we're making it through. We've been pretty successful and on a good schedule in terms of coming up with, with our parts and songs. And, like Yakovich said, whenever this comes out, we're still doing something.
Yeah, just because we're not practicing doesn't mean we're not recording. We're actually recording probably more than it's like four. I mean, last week it was 4 different days. I had each of the band members come over for 1 day each, but like they say, we're trying to be responsible, not really like all together all the time. But we did the live stream, THC after a couple of months. We did that one. We did one in the garage together.
Very cool. So we'll let this little car pass by and then.
Oh yeah.
So none of us have control over it. So
yeah.
Okay, sorry. Now I'm unmuted.
Okay. So
that's weird.
Yeah, very cool. So that's really interesting. That I think that's really inspiring. You're not letting it hold you back in any way. You're just moving forward with your music and creating.
Well, there are the obvious ways that it's holding us back, like we no play show or we don't.
We were so used to playing like 2 or 3 shows, gigs every weekend.
Week,
right.
So not seeing each other for the first 3 months of quarantine was the longest we've gone without like actually hanging out.
Yeah.
So,
That's actually we have a lot of bands that do guest voices or do let us use their music on Creeping Wave, which is our audio drama. That's the sister podcast, Do You Mind? And we're doing an Indiegogo right now because we didn't expect quarantine would go on as long as it did.
Yeah.
And the venues are shut down, and so many people who work who work in bands also work as like bouncers or bartenders or things, and so they're really hurting. And so we have an Indiegogo to try and give back in a small way to band members like you. So check it out if you can, but or spread the word really, because we're all kind of hurting right now. But I want to try and help people as much as I can.
Yeah, that's very nice of you guys. That's good.
Yeah. So, but that's what we're doing. But yeah, it's now, Yakov, where are you from originally, if I may ask?
Ukraine.
Ukraine. Okay, very nice. So, and would you say that growing up, that you took a lot of musical influences, that it flavors your stuff, or do you kind of try to shift away from that sort of sound?
When I'm very young, of course you rebel against the music of your parents, and I want to listen to like American punk rock. I love like anything like Fat Records or like the newer style punk rock, but of course the old Ramones, Sex Pistol thing like this. And then once I get older and I realize that all music come from the same place, I start to learn some traditional music. I like a lot of gypsy music. I like a lot of French music. Once I start to kind of come into that, and then of course for the cruise line you have to learn like Michael Jackson and shit like this. So try to keep it well-rounded.
Yeah. So just kind of taking from everything that you can find. And so all of you, when you first entered into this band, what was your vision for it? And each of you were you just kind of like, okay, I'll try it out? Or were you like, I really want to bring this into it?
I think it was I think what you said first was like, let's just see what happens. At first I don't think all of us necessarily took it super seriously.
No.
Yeah.
For me, it was when they first asked me to join in. I'm like, temporary. I'm gonna put in like 2 or 3 months.
And he said that up front, like that's it. All you get is like a couple of months with me, and I'm gone, baby.
Yeah. And I wasn't even playing my main instrument, so I'm just like, okay, this is just like just be like a little
Aaron's
project
like, gig, here or there. We see how it go.
Yeah, we started off playing just strictly, just bar gigs, really. We just wanted $8. But the more we play music, the more we're doing all these covers. It helped us really kind of envision a sound that we kind of want to go for. Mm-hmm. And it just kind of took off from there. You know, I think playing so many late night bar gigs allowed us to just really craft our like performance skills and our endurance repertoire, and again, a vision of where we want to take the music.
Yeah. So like the bar scene, would you say that the people there are like kind of more accepting, more allowing of you to just sort of experiment, just sort of like, we're going to try this, and they're like, yeah? Or do you find that to be different?
I think so. I think you start off throwing in stuff they want to hear, and then you throw that, you know, the stuff they're not used to hearing, and then I think they're more accepting of it, you know.
It's very interesting to come into these gigs, play a majority of covers first, which to me, in my opinion, kind of builds trust with these people, because when they hear that you're playing like the Pogues or Dropkick Murphys or Go-Go Bordello or, you know, some old gypsy jazz standards, or some punk, like pop punk rock, you know, they're like, hey, cool, I like the playlist they're playing. And then, you know, out of like the 5 or 7 songs that are covers you just played, you say, hey, we're just going to slip in like a quick original. And they're like, okay, that kind of matches what I'm already into. And we've actually met a lot of hardcore, diehard fans from just random restaurants or bar gigs. Oh, wow. Who really come to a lot of our shows and support us. I mean, throughout our experience, which is really nice. You know, you would figure if you go to like venues where it's just all original music and sharing the bill with 2 or 3 other bands, you know, you try to cross fans and try to pull, you know, get some draw that way. But it's a very fun experience taking this late night bar gig approach and building trust with people who probably just came there to have dinner or like wanted a drink or two after their long shift and had no idea that this particular band was going to play. And just like, we've had plenty of people to say, hey man, I came here for a couple of drinks with some friends, but they're gone now, and I'm just hanging out here for the next 3 or 4 hours with you guys. And then they tell their friends, and they come back again like a month from now, and they bring 4 or 5 others, and you know, it kind of grows that way. It's been really cool.
Yeah. Oh, that's really cool. So you guys have kind of a following that's been building up. And what was that like the first time that you realized you had people who were coming back specifically to see you guys?
It's cool because it kind of first of all, it let us know that we don't suck that bad.
Yeah. like I said, like, no, originally we didn't take it seriously, and all of a sudden we're just like, whoa, this is kind of working, or people actually like this, you know, I mean, or like us. It's like, okay, I guess let's just roll with it, you know?
Let's keep doing it.
Yeah.
So, very nice.
It's been a good time though. It's been fun. It's always a fun time with these guys, so, you know, and gal. So
yeah. Now there is one band member who's not with us today. And what is her name?
Oh, there's 2. There's Olivia
there's 2.
And Nick.
Olivia and Nick are not here. What instruments do they play?
Violin and drum.
Okay. All right. So they weren't able to join us today, but that's okay. Now, when you guys choose a song to cover, are you thinking of like, oh wow, so and so is going to be so great doing this, or is it just that you love the song and you're like, I want to tackle it, I want to do it, I want to do it? Or
I think it's both. It's like, it's either like, you know, hey, no, this is a song would be good that we like to do, and then sometimes it's all on the other side. It's also like, what people like to hear. Well, we'd like to play too, you know. I mean, we're not going to get sick of playing it, you know.
Yeah.
You know? So, yeah, it's a little both. So,
Now, I think you mentioned that you don't play a certain Dropkick Murphys song anymore. Are there songs in your repertoire that you are just sick of, that you can't deal with anymore?
It's all. Oh
dear.
I'm okay with our own for the most part.
You're okay with
what? We have to be. We should be.
With the originals.
Yeah, the original, no problem. There's a couple I don't want to play anymore. I don't want to
play. You know, I gotta admit, you know, there's certain nights when a crowd shows up, whether it be like say like a bachelorette party or a group of dudes who you think who like fit the bill of like maybe guys who might listen to pop punk. And so through the years, we've actually played a good amount of weddings. And with weddings, you get requests. And so sometimes I think there's like random songs that we have in there. Like, come on, guys, name some random You know, you guys. I know there's some in there where like Jake like calls out a song, like, "Hey, let's play this one. Like, they might like it," and I'm like, well, let's do it, man. You know,
I
what
can't even think.
would that be? For me, it's like of Monster and Men, but we stopped playing.
Oh yeah, no.
Oh yeah.
Mumford and Son. Mumford and Son. No more of that crap, man.
No more Mumford and Son.
Just a couple, Alan. Come on.
I'm okay with Mumford, man. I'm okay with Mumford.
What was it
I like how we do the cave now? Like Nick does punk rock ending. It's nice.
Yeah,
that's true.
What about there? There's got to be a couple of songs. There's like Britney Spears.
Oh,
yeah.
So you do like a cover of "Baby One More Time" or something like that?
That's the one.
Exactly.
That's the
Very
one.
nice. Very cool. So that must be interesting.
You know, Nick hates. Well, we can speak for Nick because we know he hates Pennywise, broke him,
and Chicken Dance.
The Chicken Dance. Remember, we used to we're like, "Hey, Nick, play us like a train beat. This is a really cool cover you'll like." And we throw in the Chicken Dance.
Troll him.
Yeah.
And he gives us this look.
Yeah.
like I hate you guys.
Yeah,
he almost walked off stage at least once.
Oh dear.
I feel like there's got to be one more. I can't think of it.
Well, there's a lot of trolling in the band. We get mean to each
other. Yeah, we like to mess with each other. So
yeah.
Like Alan and Aaron love Jack Johnson, you know.
Oh, I love Jack Johnson. Banana Pancakes, man. It's my favorite song.
Very cool. So what are some ways you guys mess with each other? Tell me your greatest hits here.
Oh, okay. I got a story already.
All right.
Remember that time we were on tour in Colorado with Band Apart? We stopped at a gas station, and while everyone was off doing their own thing, bathroom breaks and whatnot, I had gone to the food aisle, and I secretly bought ghost pepper sauce. It was ghost pepper sauce. And I put 3 or 4 drops in our friend's toothpaste. The morning he woke up,
drummer of Band Apart.
He was he did it that night because we had, I don't know, he's from France, so
they don't brush their teeth every night, you know.
He brushes teeth, but he was really stoked on eating Hot Pockets after like a night of drinking, and so before he went to bed, he brushed his teeth, and he said he felt the burn, but he just shrugged it off and thought it had something to do with the pepperoni and Hot Pockets. Apparently, French don't really expose themselves to enough spicy foods. Even though, is pepperoni even spicy to you guys? Is that how off our taste buds are nowadays? Anyways, I digress. Wakes up in the morning, second time brushes his teeth, realizes he's going through the same burns, following the same emotions and anguish and questions. Comes out in the living room where everyone's hanging out and just like verbally lays it out at everyone. You know, he's just. It was a good prank. It was a very good prank. We've done a lot, but that's one I often.
He's like, "Who did this? Which one of you guys?" And everyone's just like,
"There's video. It's good."
Yeah, it's really good.
It wasn't as bad as it could have been.
No, like eye drops or something would have been like outrageously evil, but like toothpaste is okay. I've gotten habanero in my eye after cutting it and going like this.
Oh shit!
And that was not a nice day.
Is it bad to curse on the recording?
No, that's fine. It's a grown-ups podcast.
It's grown-up podcast.
So it's all good.
I've got one time I was playing at Alan's open mic. Alan used to host open mic, and he came in with his girlfriend at the time, and I'm like, "Congratulations on getting married!" And so they got mad at me for this. And they went home and they put a picture of a sonogram from the internet on Facebook. And they said, "Congratulations on your child, Yakovich." And my mother, she called me and she said, "What is going on? You have a little child? You're not telling me anything, Yakovich?" And I had no idea what was going on. I was like, "Who are you talking to?"
Oh, that was good. That was a good prank.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
What else? Aaron, you got one? You got La Pulpa?
La Pulpa? Well, There's ting ting, but
we don't. If you're not part of the club, we don't talk about that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Ting ting.
So,
yeah. Pranks.
Yeah.
They're fun.
Pranks, they happen all the time.
But I think that's part of being a performer. Like whenever we did, I used to do theater when I was younger, and we'd always like pull stupid pranks. And I know we were at a theater competition at one point, and there was like a rubber chicken that was like constantly making appearances on the set and that kind of thing. And I mean, that's what you do because you keep yourself entertained. Yeah.
That's how you show love for your friends, dude. You just mess with them. That's how we do it.
Is that the term?
If you're not messing with your friends, you don't love them.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, is
true.
that the term for theater folks? That's thespians?
Thespians, yes.
Yeah, I hear thespians get really savage on each other. Is that level of trust,
Yeah. So there's certain lines that you don't cross. You don't want to do anything that's going to cause permanent like damage or that kind of thing. So
yeah, like physical or mental.
Right.
Mental damage, better game. Physical damage, not so much.
Emotional damage, yeah.
Mm-hmm. We'll be right back after this message for your enrichment. Hey there, I'm Napoleon Doom, the showrunner for the Creeping Wave Radio audio drama. And this is my boss, Scratch.
Hello, mortals. How goes the slow descent into oblivion?
Knock it off, Scratch. We're currently working on season 3.5 of Creeping Wave.
Why 3.5?
You know, life got in the way, I guess. Which is why we're here. Up until now, our cast, featured musicians, and score artists have all taken part in our production as volunteers. We're incredibly grateful to you and really want to give back to everyone from the very beginning who's given their time and energy to this project. And that's why we're asking for your help. I've been saving up trying to put together a thank you gift for past and present participants on Creeping Wave Radio, but circumstances being what they are, it's not going as fast as we'd hoped. So we're asking for your help to show support for our amazing talent who make each episode possible.
We're putting in $666 ourselves to let you know we're serious about this.
Wait, 666? No. You can't do that.
And why not?
It's because I'm adding $1,001 to the pot. So it's actually 1667, a much less evil number.
Ah, yes. The year Milton's Paradise Lost was signed into publication.
Sure, I guess. We have flexible goals with the money donated to be split up in accordance to the document attached. Every dollar helps. Our perks include original signed art prints from the show, exclusive sticker sets, acrylic charms, and comics.
There's a Creeping Wave comic?
No, they're Lost Bread and Horrorgasm comics, but I mean, they tie into the same storyline, sort of the origins of the series, you know?
How disappointing.
Look, Creeping Wave comics are in the works, okay?
Are they?
Maybe let's just take care of our actors first. And now, back to the show. Sounds like you guys have a lot of fun. Now, when you're up on stage, what are some really memorable, like good or bad, just really memorable, like shows that you've had where you've had like a crazy audience reaction or something going on?
I can't think of something. I just started laughing, but now I can't think of.
You go, Jake, because
Alan, you got shit-eating grins, so I want to know what you're thinking.
some crazy ones, right? I think there's been some, and I'm not going to name who, but there's been handfuls of times where one of us has been really drunk on stage and barely play notes. Had to be escorted off the stage by fellow fans. It was epic. There's been
Wow.
We provide some gigs.
There's been a couple of those.
Crazy fans? Have you had crazy people on try to we got some stuff. We're cool.
Aaron had that one that like dumped the shit all over the guy who kicked the shit all over his pedal.
No, that was one. There's another one in Long Beach where the really drunk girl spilled her whole drink on all my pedals. Remember?
Oh,
and I was so mad. I was so mad.
Long Beach is one of those places where there's no stage. You play on the floor, it's the pub, and like people dance right in front of you and always kick the microphone and smack you in the face.
Yeah. Oh yeah, when you get kicked in the face with the microphone. Yeah.
But it's a great fun. You know, it's lots of drunk people. They cram in with you, and sometimes it's not like fun. Like you have drunk asshole, and you want to like one time I was just digging in this guy's backpack and taking shit out and throwing it all over the bar.
Really?
And then other times, you know, they say I used to see like the manager go and drag girls specifically out of the bathroom, usually pass out with their pants down, and he would say only when Quel Bordel plays here. And
yeah.
Oh, good times. I miss those days.
Yeah. So that's very cool. So yeah, it sounds like you guys have very lively shows. So when things open up again, what can people expect from a Quel Bordel performance?
You definitely gonna have a good time for sure.
Okay. They're gonna expect. Well, let me think of the scenario here. We're getting out of COVID. Shows are starting to happen. We haven't played with each other in a while. We're excited. You know, everything's on the line here. There's a possibility we can just get so excited that we just drink ourselves silly on stage and we compromise the gig. They can expect some puking.
They can expect some shenanigan. Yes.
Yeah, a lot of people just like throwing beer around on stage, dancing and stuff. So bring a raincoat, bring a emergency poncho.
All right.
Yeah, bring a barf bag. Having at least basic insurance.
Definitely. You want the minimal of healthcare.
Yeah, you're gonna want at least $50.
Wow.
Pocket.
Oh, and take a Lyft and Uber. Don't drive.
Yeah, maybe $100 so you can buy the band some shots too.
That's what we're talking about, right? Things that people should expect if they see our show, right?
Yeah. No, the vomiting is going to be coming from the stage, correct?
Yeah, projectile at best.
So it's like a gore show, but it's real.
It is.
Yeah.
Instead of the Cthulhu, it's like Yakovich's mouth just. Bleh.
Have we ever thrown up on stage? I don't think anyone has.
No.
Not that I can remember.
Wow.
I think I had the best track record out of all of us.
Alan's the only one to never black out completely while playing.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
The rest of us can't say the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then again, I'm the bass player, so I don't get too involved, you know.
Now, are you one of those ones who can like black out and keep on playing, or did you just drop?
I wouldn't know. I don't remember.
Yeah, well, that's true, I guess.
Waka.
For me, I can completely play and not have absolutely no recollection of like the last hour, 2 hours of the show, depending on if it's like 4-hour bar gig. There has been scenario. It's been a while since I black out on stage, but maybe Alan's right. We just be so excited to get back that we all just like turn to shit, you know.
But I mean, amongst those things, like really, you know, there's gonna be a lot of crowd participation. A lot of yelling of the haze. You know, a lot of it's like a lot of stomping, a lot of movement going on, some sweating, loud noises. You know, like it just thunder, everything. You know, emotions. Some people will cry, some people will laugh. You know, most of them, everyone's probably gonna go deaf by the end of the evening.
All right.
But mostly it's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, the fans are going to be like craving that interaction too. So they're going to be like zombies just heading towards the stage.
It's going to get weird. Yeah, really weird.
Yeah. It's going to be cool. So what is your, if you can say this without like hurting anybody's feelings, what is your favorite venue for you guys to perform in San Diego or anywhere else? So.
Sharon?
I can say the most memories or unmemories where things were so good that you don't remember, right? Probably the Shamrock, I would say.
Shamrock.
Marietta. Yeah.
The Shamrock or THC.
THC.
Yeah. Man. Yeah, they have a savage stage. Yeah, between those two, I would say between THC and the Shamrock, a lot of I mean, don't get me wrong, we've had a lot of good shows, but some crazy stuff. Some crazy stuff happens at
those are the two. They're like the two that we repeat the most, and we've had the most crazy experience. Like Marietta, we don't play anywhere else besides the Shamrock. It's the only one, and we've been playing there since the beginning. Holding Company, we've played obviously other places in San Diego, but we play there like all the time when it's open. So
yeah. Now, when you guys do go on tour and things like that, have you ever had like a mishap, something like really big happen that affected the show?
I don't know one particular show, but I remember like the last tour, like everyone got sick. Like everyone got sick.
Yeah, we're talking in the U.S. and Europe, like where we keeping it local, we keeping it.
Wherever, like instruments getting sent to another plane or something like that.
Nothing like that. Fortunately,
that's good.
The only instrument I can remember is Regina lost her violin in Europe, and we had to turn around and get it from that house.
She left it.
I can recall two things. One recent tour, the car broke down. We had to miss a couple shows.
Yeah.
And then let's not forget, Yakovich, when we toured through Arizona, New Mexico without AC.
Oh, the AC broke down.
Broke before the trip. Yeah.
And it was a July. It was July.
August.
July.
It was hell. It was hell in the car.
It's as if God like had his like blow dryer and was just blowing hot air in their faces for 5-6 hours.
We stopped showering the last week of the tour because it didn't matter. You'd just be in there roasting like.
Yeah. Spontaneous nights crashing at people's places. Very little room. Floors. Europe.
Oh, yeah, Louisiana. When TJ put us up and came to our rescue because the owner of the bar is supposed to put us up. And he got like super shithoused and just left middle of the show. And we're like, what are we supposed to do? And you guys, who wants to take it from here?
That was good. We just met a new friend.
Yeah, we tossed the dice and said, hey, let's just go with this random guy we just met 2 hours ago.
Oh.
And into the middle of nowhere of Mississippi. Turns out this dude was dope as F. Made us some good food. Partied at the river. I almost went catfishing, but I got too drunk. I couldn't wake up in time.
You would go noodling.
Noodling, yeah. I almost had noodling.
Oh, where you catch it with your hands.
Yeah. TJ, if you're listening to this, man, you are one savage character.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Oh, we shot his bow.
Yeah, we shot arrows. We went hunting.
We did like Louisiana shit like the next day.
Yeah. We acquired accents for the day. You know, good barbecue. It was crazy. Good stuff. Yeah, good stuff.
Very cool. So it sounds like it turned into a positive towards the end there.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we
ended up being one of the most memorable of the tour, I think. That
I mean, there are a lot of good. There's a lot of good memories that we've had, man.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of good memories.
Yeah.
Very cool. So could you share any like really good memories? Anything that's coming to mind for you, Aaron? Or
I think the most recent one Now, second most recent, when we went to Quebec, that was super fun. Just like the whole trip. It was like a 2-week trip. Just the people we met. And it was like mine and Alan's birthdays when we were on tour. That was super fun. And it was just great. It was, yeah.
Aww.
Yeah.
Now, are you guys twins, or do you just have birthdays that are really close?
Birthdays that are really close. Our parents are weird, so they planned.
Yeah, the way they planned it turns out that we're 7 years apart and 7 days apart from our birthdays.
Wow.
Yeah. They're Asians. We're really good at math. They plan it all out. Did the stuff. And, seven's our lucky number.
Very cool.
So when we go to a casino, we always put it all on Black 7.
There you go. That's very cool. Very nice. So, with your albums, do you have an album that is your guys' favorite, and why? Are there special stories, special memories that go along with it? You just like the vibe? What is it?
I'll go first. Me so far, I think I like the new Freak Show, our most recent EP.
Yeah, that's
because I just thought as a band we like progressed, musically, technically, but the one we've been working on in quarantine though has been actually pretty fun. It's been kind of like a process, like a longer process, just because of how everything's going right now. But yeah, but I would say that. So,
Ooh.
Yakovich.
I think mine is like the 5-year anniversary, because the first recording we did was just like in the bedroom and sound like shit,
Are you talking about Kine Shatapa?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say that one. Actually, yeah, I agree. Well, because we have
like what I always wanted it to sound like, but it didn't. So then, like 5 years later, we make it.
Yeah. What about actually for me, I think one of my favorite ones was as Band of Bordel.
Okay.
Oh, Band of Bordel.
Nice.
So we have friends in South France in a band called Band Apart, and every year we typically tour and we trade off within each other's countries. So they come out here, we host them, we book all the shows, we play for a month. Vice versa, we go out there in Europe and play for a month. They host us out there, but we developed
to be there right now. Actually,
yeah, we should have been there right now. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You guys were gonna tour this fall, huh?
Yeah. But we developed this thing where each band plays their set, and at the end of the show, we get both bands to come together to create one supergroup called Band of Bordel, Quel Bordel and Band Apart. That's the reason Band of Bordel name. But yeah, we have our own original music. Some of those guys, it consists of like keyboards or / piano. We have banjolele, the charango. We have banjo, guitar. We have percussion, drums. We got violin. We have the melodica. Shoot, like we throw in so much stuff in there, and it's just it's obviously it's in English and in French. It's just like a nice little cultural mix of the experiences that we've been sharing, and like through those experiences how we put into our music. And even though very few of us can really communicate with each other language wise, the music is the one thing that we can really come to. It's music, it's a universal language.
Yeah.
So these guys speak French, some of us only speak English. I know Yakovich, you speak really good French. But when even though there's that language barrier, music is the one thing that brought us together, and we can definitely just slay the shit out of that,
Really cool. So now if people wanted to check you guys out, if they wanted to listen to your stuff, what's the best place that they can do it?
Everywhere. We on Spotify, Apple Music. You type in Quel Bordel or quel-bordel.com. That's our website. At Quel Bordel is Instagram. At Quel Bordel Facebook. Quel Bordel SD on Facebook, I think.
We also have a YouTube channel. You can see our music videos on there as well.
Yeah, just make sure we're not full of crap.
Nice.
No, we are full of crap. That's for sure.
We're full of crap.
I did buy a lot of toilet paper last week, so yeah, we're definitely full of shit.
That's good. You need to be prepared, baby.
Yeah.
That's right. Very cool. So, are there any thoughts or messages that you want to leave our listeners with that sort of like the flavor of your band or anything that you personally want to communicate?
Ooh, like a closing message, right?
Yes.
Closing message. I'm going to do a really random one. If you haven't seen it yet, I love the Sonic the Hedgehog movie. You got to see it.
All right.
Really? That's your closing message?
Like, one of us has to be the weird guy that's like, man, is that guy a little autistic? I don't know.
He has to be that guy. He wants to be that guy.
Did you really take mushrooms before the interview? I think you did.
I did.
You're the bassist. Isn't the bassist always like the creepy one though? Is it, or is that no longer?
Yeah. There you go.
No, Alan's like, he's like the adventurous one. Although
very
he
cool.
has that creepy stash.
I'm the adventurous troll of the group.
Very nice. I don't mean creepy as an insult. It's actually in the title of one of my shows that we run. So.
Oh, nice.
Creeping Wave. Yeah.
I do wear.
Creep is very endearing for Alan. Very endearing.
I wear this creepy like mask on stage often.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'll wear two of them. So when people like question like, dude, why is this guy wearing a mask? And then I'll go in front of him. I'll take the mask off. And it's the exact same mask. And people get really weirded out about that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love it.
Fun. I like to fuck with people on stage.
Yeah, I miss the mask.
Aww.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'll just say that we're pretty much a party band, I guess. So once we all get out of this, it's going to be a good time.
All right.
Oh, show.
Prepare for a good time, guys.
Yes.
Amen, Aaron.
And Yakovich?
Yeah, just definitely don't go see Sonic the Hedgehog. That's
and it's a good movie, man. I'll have to say it's good. I'll second it. It's a good movie.
I'm kidding. I don't remember. There's like some kind of drama. They didn't like the Sonic. He's not looking like the real Sonic.
No, they fixed it. So it's good.
They fixed it.
Yeah. They fixed it.
The world got their justice.
Yes. Thank God.
I think that was a marketing. I think they already had a Sonic that was going to look that way, that it came out in the movie. And that they just put the bad Sonic in there knowing it would get a reaction from people. And there'd be all these petitions. Yeah.
All right. I like the
conspiracy. That's smart. We should do something like that.
Yeah.
Just release a terrible song and be like, this is our new sound. And
yeah. Start some drama, man.
Jazz song like this.
Yeah. The problem is if they like it. Then...
But the jazz album is good. Yeah, I think we're very happy about it.
Yeah. All right. I'm excited about it. Yeah. And I really look forward to your stuff coming out. And I've really been loving your band since I discovered you guys. So.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Merci, Napoleon.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you guys. Take care.
Till all are one.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Until the next time. Thank you.
All right.
Take care.
Bye.
Later.
Bye. Warning. Things are going to get real weird if you're not watching this with video, but, stay tuned anyway.
Oh yeah, it's the Creeping Wave playset, brought to you exclusively by Indiegogo.
It's really just stickers, but okay. Goat versus fish, what strange place have I found myself in? Oh, what is this one doing? I won't let you win, you fascist robot. Oh! Don't tear my head off, that is very painful. Is that the Mandalorian? Oh, he will surely save the day. Yeah, I'm not the Mandalorian, I'm the Hoover, and I'm gonna use my power of suction to defeat you all. Oh, don't do literally us. Oh God, is this what I'm doing with my weekends now? Could you guys just donate to the Indiegogo? Because, yeah, we'll give money back to the performers and they do a better job at this than I do. Super special thanks to Quel Bordel for appearing on the U-Mind. And super special thanks to our donors Vanessa Cook Farmer, Sharon L. Marcotte, Quantal Langford, Yvonne Shammas, Ali Ross, Anonymous Donor, Strontium, Jennifer Cooksey, and Pat and Diane Gower.
Help us give back to our all-volunteer cast for the audio drama Creeping Wave by going to that Indiegogo link in the description below. Or you can go to Quel Bordel to check out Quel Bordel's music for yourself. You're going to love it. And then you're going to want to follow them on all their social media, like Instagram at Quel Bordel, or Facebook at Quel Bordel SD. Check them out on YouTube, Quel Bordel Official. All links will be below in the description as well. A big helping of thanks to Savage C. Walnar, our legendary announcer who starts every show for us. We could not do it without you, Savage. And the You Mind theme, which is composed by Ethan Meixsell. You know what it's called? Demilitarized Zone. Yes, indeed. It'd be mighty nice of you to go to our Patreon at patreon.com/lucidnap and become a regular donor on a monthly basis. Or go to buymeacoffee.com/lucidnap if you're afraid of commitment and you want to make a small one-time donation, because we'll take whatever. You can go to lostbreadcomic.com, which is my personal website, where I make art for all the people. And you can check out prints and stickers and more to come, but I'm working on Creeping Wave Radio right now, so a lot of my attention's going towards that. What is Creeping Wave Radio, you might ask? Well, you can follow us to find out, or you can just go ahead and check out Creeping Wave Radio. Just Google it. It's on iTunes. It's on all different places, basically wherever you catch your podcasts. It's an audio drama that stars a lot of local San Diego talent and musicians, and you're going to just love it. It's like an old-time radio show. It's an ongoing story, so you're going to want to check out the episodes that we already have up before you lay into the new season, which is coming in October. I hope. I am trying every day, but yeah, lot of tears. You know what? We don't need to talk about that, because this is a cheerful show. We had Quel Bordel, okay? They're a party band, so we're going to party. And you know what? Thank you for joining our party by watching or listening or whatever you decided to do today, because that's what it's all about. Communicating with people like you, putting something out there to entertain you. I hope you were entertained, or at least you can hate watch. That's good too. But special thanks to the Grammarica Show, Nikki Benfield, and the lovable Neil, because they're our Patreons. You too could be a Patreon and have your name slapped up here on the screen or read aloud in the credits. It's all up to you. The You Mind is brought to you by LucidNet Productions in cooperation with the Scary Old Man.
I'm not that scary. I
Don't
don't try to be, but I just am.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
You don't have to find an interdimensional saloon to have a pint of alien beer with me, Chrissy Garrison. Just tune into my Alien Beer podcast each Thursday, and I'll share my speculative fiction stories with you. And every other week, I'll be serving up a new installment in my science fiction serial, The Multiverse Blues. Meanwhile, catch up with me at sillyhatbooks.com/podcast. See you there.
This has been a presentation of the Project Entertainment Network.